Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in because today we have a very special guest. You guys are so lucky to be hearing from Naomi Brockwell. Okay, so let's get into the nitty-gritty of this concept I think a lot of people have. I did certainly at first as well, is like privacy is life. There's either people who protect their privacy online and they go all out, or the people who just like share everything they possibly could about their personal life and everything online. Um, if you don't mind, maybe just giving an introduction or your opinion on why people should care about protecting their privacy online. Maybe give an example of something, a device or whatever that a lot of people interact with daily. It might be spying on them or collecting data on them. And what are the implications of that data collection? Like, how does that impact their life? And if it does?
Yeah, absolutely. So let's take it back to crypto because your audience is in the crypto world. They love the crypto world. And the problem with the crypto world is that even when you have a decentralized technology, even when you say, here is a tool for freedom, it's decentralized, no one can shut it down, it's uncensorable, all of this stuff, if people know that you're using something, if people can see your transactions, if people can link your online activity to your real life identity, they can stop you using this so-called uncensorable system. It's not individuals that are uncensorable, it's the system. The system will continue whether or not, you're persecuted or whatever. But you as an individual need to be protecting yourself because you may want to donate to WikiLeaks and the government may say, no, you're not allowed to. We're going to ban transactions. And then you may say, haha, I have this uncensorable tool. It's called Bitcoin. And I'm going to send that donation whether you want or not. And then they'll knock on your door and say, hey, we found your IP address and we've linked the MAC ID on your device and we've been tracing your activity and we also subpoenaed your VPN company and we know everything that you've supported, every political cause you've supported, and we told you weren't allowed to, now you've done it, and so now we're going to throw you in jail. So if you want true freedom and you want to be part of a financial system that the government is going after so strongly, well, you'd better be protecting yourself. You'd better be ready for that fight. And that fight is protecting your privacy. And you know what? Right now, it's not illegal to be involved with cryptocurrency. But if people still know that you're involved with it and they don't like it, even if it's not illegal, they can still find other means to persecute you. And when you have governments that have so many data collection schemes, when you have every third-party service you're using is collecting this data and basically handing it off to governments all over the world. We're talking about like giving data to China and giving data to Iraq and giving data to the USA. I mean, there's so much information about you out there that if someone wanted to get you for something, if they dislike you're doing one thing, but that's not illegal, they can get you for something else. And all they need to do is just comb through your digital life and they'll be able to find some misstep that you made in the past and destroy you. And it sounds really like, guys, they're going to destroy you. Like, I don't want to be that scaremonger person. But the fact is that this happens all the time. And it's such an abstract concept that people don't realize how important it is until it's too late, and that's a dangerous situation to be in. If you look at what happened in Ukraine and suddenly you have like overnight an adversarial regime is at your doorstep and suddenly you don't have access to your funds and all of these things, that's a really dangerous place to be in and a dangerous place to start to be learning about financial tools. During that time, you saw Tor users spike. You saw Signal users spike. Suddenly people are like, I understand the value of privacy right now because my life is in danger. But that's you don't want the stakes to get so dire before you start exploring these things. We should all be using these tools in our everyday life. We should all be learning how they work, getting comfortable with them, because honestly, governments around the globe are cracking down on financial freedom, on all kinds of freedom of speech, on freedom of, writing code. Like you have tornado crash developers who are being arrested. So there are so many reasons to protect your privacy and just have that foresight to know that even if you may really like the government that you're under, and I'm so happy for you. regimes come and go, and that data is forever. You may have
Mm.
someone voted in tomorrow who doesn't have the same opinion as you, who will crack down on any cryptocurrency users, who will consider them to be adversaries and dissidents and disrupting the peace. And suddenly there's a long track record of every activity that you have undergone online. So that data is forever, and social norms change as well. Regimes come and go. So make sure that you're leaving a very strong digital footprint behind you. And also understand that you don't have to be. It's actually super easy to be making better choices in your life, to be protecting yourself. You just need to be mindful of how your data is being leaked, and then just, patch those areas. It doesn't matter if every area of your life isn't patched. That's not really how privacy works. You just need to get comfortable with the different tools, figure out how to layer them, and it's absolutely achievable. Surveillance isn't inevitable. Privacy is absolutely achievable, and people should be striving towards it.
Yeah, absolutely. And I know, like, for generally most people, I think the reason why, especially for cryptocurrencies, to protect your privacy is like, oh, in case it's a hacker, or generally online for like, social engineering or behavior modification.
Oh,
You
yeah.
end up buying something that you wouldn't have because it was a targeted ad for
Mhm.
you. And now we saw, pretty recently with PayPal, they were testing the waters with, if you were not in line with the narrative on social media, they're going to take $2,500 from your PayPal account. And then they try to say, oh no, that was a typo. That wasn't even supposed to be in there. Nothing
And then they reinstated it after they
yeah,
were called out.
exactly.
They were like, "Oh,
Because
we're
there
not
was
we're not gonna
pushback.
do it." And everyone's like, "Exactly." Yeah, and then they
Because there was
reinstated it
pushback.
again afterwards, and it's like,
Yeah. And that's what is so important for privacy, is it gives you the option. Just like how cryptocurrencies is an option outside traditional finance, protecting your privacy gives you an option to be more nimble, and to just, yeah, like you're saying, protect yourself, because you never know what side you're going to be on in the future. And a lot of people take that for granted. And just like how, a lot of people are also, you're saying, great advice, get used to protecting your privacy now and become as familiar with it as possible. Because when you're stressed and there's a serious time crunch and your life could be on the line, uh, that's just going to seem insurmountable. And a lot of people are similarly, not as life-threatening or anything, but like this concept of governments cracking down on things like centralized exchanges, where suddenly you can't use those. Well, how do you use a decentralized exchange? Well, no time is better than the present to learn a new skill. And just dabbling in decentralized exchanges, I think, is an excellent idea and way to spend some time, on your weekend or whatever.